and welcome to yet another Transformers review with me and my dad here.
Hey y'all. It's good to see y'all.
So, for today's Transformer review, we're going to be taking a look at a figure that is part of the Real Gear Robots line, where, as you don't know, or for those of you who have already known, the Real Gear Robots are from the 2007 Transformers Michael Bay movie, where you have some robots that turn into other objects. And this is one of them. And this is a wristwatch that transforms into a robot. And this is named Meantime.
Meantime. So it's Meantime off of 2007.
Michael Bay Transformers movie.
Yeah, they come out with some of these gadgets like this that, whatever. Besides the Transformers. So, hey y'all, this is another one we got.
And this figure does turn into, like you see here, a wristwatch.
Yeah, I don't think this would be Timex or Casio or anything. This is straight up a Decepticon watch. So, hey, we'll see y'all here in a minute.
And that just came untapped.
He doesn't stay together that well. Anyway, y'all see here in a minute. So we'll see y'all here in a minute.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have Meantime here in front of the camera.
Now his name is Meantime?
Yes.
Well, what'd you think? It wouldn't be Casio or Timex or Rolex or anything. It's Meantime. There you go. Yeah. Perfect name. And this is a watch.
A wristwatch.
A Decepticon wristwatch. Why not? Okay. So there it is. And for some reason, hey, do y'all know why? Is there a reason why it says 517? I don't know. If y'all know why it says 517, is there a meaning behind it, or did they just, those are numbers that they put on there? I don't know.
I don't know if there's a reason why.
Sometimes this stuff is encrypted, but I don't know, or maybe I'm just reading way too much off into it. It's a toy. But anyway, if there's a reason why it says 517 and y'all know, because we sure don't know, I don't know. To me, it's just numbers. I don't know if that's exactly what time the first show started back in 2007. I don't know. I'm just guesstimating and I don't know. Mine's going down left field. Okay, I'm wrangling back in now. Alright.
But let's take a closer look here. And like with all the other Real Gear robots that I've reviewed before in the past couple years ago, there's not a whole lot to these. because they're just robots that turn into other random objects. Like a wristwatch here. But getting a closer look here, you can already see here, there's, of course, the 517 numbers here. And we also got some orange paint behind these translucent clear things here, and a purple Decepticon symbol here. And on the top you do have some like gunmetal gray here with some orange, and also some gray here, or some or gunmetal gray here. And you do have some orange paint on these straps here on both sides. And you do have a lot of nice detail here on the straps. And on the top, you do have some orange painted things here. Wait.
Yeah, they're supposed to be on the side of the watch for like to reset the numbers and stuff like that on a watch, on a real watch. Sometimes they'll have buttons on the side. Your older watches would have buttons on the side where you can put in a stopwatch or reposition the watch, and that's what those are for. Because if you look at it from this side, that's where you see the buttons. No, like this. That's what the buttons would be for. Right there.
Yeah, right. And here's the back here. Not a whole lot on the back, but although he does have a little bit of hollowness here on the back of these straps of the watch here. Now I believe some of you may be asking, can this fit on my wrist? Well, yes, it actually does, but not quite.
It can fit to a certain point. Just like on mine. It's meant for a real small wrist. So we even show you how it hooks up. A little wrist articulation. Somebody was talking to me about that a couple months ago, about articulation. That is it.
It does kind of fit, but not quite.
Yeah, it does not snap in.
And there are these two tabs that attach to these holes here.
Yep.
And the straps do move up and down. On this joint, and this joint here.
So
But-
basically, it could really fit somebody, but they have to have a small wrist.
Like a really skinny wrist.
Yeah.
Like about to here,
Yep.
I think.
I don't know. Sorry, small wrist. Smaller than ours.
But the problem I have with these straps is, like you can already tell here, these do not hold together really well. These tabs here, that goes into this tiny little hole, they don't hold in really well. And there is a hole here that goes into a tab right there. But they don't hold in really well.
Yeah.
And my dad...
You know why, right? Because he's meantime. Alright, what's the next thing? That's why I don't tab him well.
And my dad did try this on his wrist, but...
Yep, it would. Yeah, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit. Ain't gonna happen. Nope.
So, that is about it for Meantime's watch mode. Not a whole lot to it. Just a basic watch here. Because it is from the Real Gear Robots line.
And it's meantime. Yeah. I think I'm gonna say that all the way throughout this review. I just like that.
But to transform him, you do want to untap these parts of the straps from this peg and that hole right there that I showed you before. Now you want to take the bottom straps here and bring them together, and these two will form his waist. And as you bring these down, this part here will pop up, which will make his robot mode head.
It's kind of like an automorph.
Automorph.
See, almost, if I said it too fast, I'd mess up. Automorph, whatever.
And also his arms slide up or raise up.
Ta-da. Okay.
And then just tap these together.
Tab those together.
And the feet, you want to bring these up, and you want to take this part here and swing it around to make his heel spurs. Then you want to take this part here.
The 517 Decepticon face, yeah.
The watch screen here and rotate it around so the Decepticon symbol is facing up.
And it's still saying 517. That hasn't changed. Yep.
And bring his arms down, rotate his elbows around, flip out his hands. And you're done.
So, you mean to tell me that his arms are... They just stay hollow? There's no fill-in or anything like
Yes.
that? They just... Wow. Okay. So, we have a face on the watch of Meantime that still says 517. Decepticon symbol. Now, his face looks like he has light piping.
Yes, he does. He does have light piping. Right there.
Right there.
And his robot mode, I actually think the robot mode is pretty good for what it is. And for its time. What do you think about his robot mode?
I know you may think I'm crazy, but it kind of looks like Rumble. I know it looks at now since I'm looking at him. It kind of looks like a grayish Rumble in the head sculpt and kind of I don't know. It just when I look at him, I'm thinking of Rumble, and I do not know why. because that's not rumble. That's meantime. So I don't know. It's weird. Looks like something that Soundwave should eject out of his chest, you know, but it's not. It's something that jumps off your wrist and becomes a transformer.
There is actually a wristwatch transformer from the Michael Bay movie,
Is there?
but it was in Dark of the Moon.
Okay.
And that wristwatch transformer did not look like this. It looked like a spider creature.
Okay. Then this was their first experiment, because this was 2007.
Yes.
Transformers the movie, the very first one. So this is some of the adaptations. Wow, that was almost like articulation. But anyway, adaptations. Holy cow! I'm not saying that word anymore. Watch, I'll say it again before it's over with. Anyway, so this was a little spin-off of that movie. Besides the Transformers, they come out with gear robots.
Real gear robot.
Okay, real gear robots, and this is the first time we also seen automorphing in this line. If you actually think about it, because see, they didn't start saying automorphing until later on when Transformers of the Michael Bay progressed, and then you could start seeing more automorphing. You see what I'm saying? Where when you push out the legs and stuff like that, his head comes up. That's because there's gears in here, and they all work in sequence. When you pull these legs down, his head comes up. So I think that this was some of the first earlier stages of automorphing. Holy cow, I cannot believe I said it right, but I had to slow way down. Anyway. Okay. My son is now looking at me like, be quiet, let me talk. Go ahead.
But as I said before, I actually think the robot mode looks pretty good. But the only thing I do not like is his feet, because they just look really weird to me. Because he just has like huge chunky feet.
Yeah. If he kicked somebody in the butt, he would probably launch them to the moon. Because that's how fast and how... He'd be going at Mach 1 straight to the moon with something that big. I mean, you know, that is crazy. But that's what they did.
And he is a really skinny robot, except for his feet.
Yeah, he needs more meat and potatoes on him. Yep. Does his head rotate all the way around?
Yes. And going to his head sculpt here... I actually think it's a pretty cool head sculpt here for what it is. And the rest of his robot is basically the exact same that we already saw before. And another issue I have with his robot mode is his arms are really hollowed out. Which I wish that there was some filling in his arms.
Yep.
But for his articulation, head is on a ball joint. arms can rotate all the way around, and they are on ball joints. And they can move in and out on this transformation joint, but they can also move in and out here. Bicep swivel, elbow, ball joint at the legs, thigh swivel, knee, and that's it. And just like with all the other Real Gear robots, he doesn't come with any accessories. What you see is what you get. So, I guess we'll be right back for our final thoughts.
With Meantime.
Yes. So, stay tuned. So, there you have the Transformers movie 2007 Real Gear Robots.
Wait, I gotta say, Meantime.
Meantime.
Meantime. Is there a good time? A glad time? And there's a mean time. And we're getting some mean time right now. Yeah. That's so crazy. Anyway, meantime, yeah. You have a good time, bad time? Yeah. You may even have a crazy time. Yeah. Okay, getting to it. I do like the light piping of the head sculpt. It's okay. It's alright. I see they were wanting to make a Transformer wristwatch. Now, had the fact been known, and later on down the road, y'all will see something like this, but from the 1980s. Because believe it or not, there was something like this in the 1980s. It wasn't like this, but it was something kind of similar. As far as his articulation, it looks good, and I have to agree with Colton. There is a lot of hollowed out spaces in his arms, in his legs, in his feet. I do like the auto-morphing little tech deal they got going on there. You move his feet, his head comes up, and all the gears are in here. So they have to engage and in sequence with all that for all that to happen. No springs, it's just gears, because you can see the gears on the side. So that's the reason why you have the clock right there, and there's a little gear right there. And his articulation is pretty good, and I am going to let Colton finish up, because once again I said too much, and now he's looking at me again, so before he gives me meantime, I need to be quiet.
My final thoughts for this figure. His watch mode is pretty good, except it doesn't hold together really well. Like the watch straps don't really hold together that well. And his robot mode also does look pretty good, except his feet are really weird, because he is a really skinny robot, except when you get to his feet, they look kind of weird. And another thing that I have a problem with is he has some really hollowness on his arms. But the rest of him looks, like I said, pretty good for what it is from its time and now.
So, before I cut out of here, I just want to say, we appreciate y'all this is the start of where we're at, going to start through the hurricane season. And it pretty much goes on to November. So pretty much down here where we're at. So anybody in this area, just take care of yourself. We got to look out after the storms and stuff like that now, going into the Gulf. And I don't know where I'm going with that, but y'all just be careful. It's hot. Hurricane season already started up again. Here we go again. So if there's anybody down here in the deep south, just take care of yourselves and just be careful of the heat. The heat's really bad. Come on too quick, too fast, too soon. But that's where we're at. That's what we got. And that's enough of the weather report. Anyway, y'all take care. Take care of yourselves. I'm going to let Colton wrap it up. My awesome son who does an awesome job. And I'm going to back out, be quiet, and leave it alone.
So, if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So, I think that's about it. So, thanks for watching.